Alright, welcome back to the channel, guys. So just rocked up to the gym now. So today we've got a pull day on the cards. We've actually got conventional deadlifts today. I don't think I've actually done any on the channel, so we'll get the full workout in today, put this whole workout up. So yeah, we've got conventionals. First up we've got some chest supported pullovers. Then we'll move into a single arm pull down. Then I think we've got another pull down variation and a row, and then we move into the deadlifts from there. Then we've got some delts and biceps after that. So head inside now and get into the session. See you in there. So exercise 1, we've got some chest supported lat pullovers to start with. So we're doing chest supported. Basically started doing these a couple of weeks ago just so I can do a pullover movement that wasn't going to put any strain on my neck, and turns out they actually feel really nice. So I've kept them in for now. So we're just going like 3 sets here to warm up, aiming for 15 to 20 reps per set, increasing the weight on each set and trying to spend as much time in each end range of motion as possible. Exercise 2, we have a unilateral pull down. Once again doing chest supported. Started doing these the other week as well to get a pull down movement in that wasn't going to put strain on my neck. We've just got 2 working sets here, one set of 8 to 12, and then on the back down set we're going for a set of 20 per side. What we're aiming for here is to hit the lower lat. So what we're doing is a semi-supinated grip, basically between neutral and supinated. So we're not going all the way underhand, but we're not going straight neutral. Just going halfway in between. That way the elbow alignment is perfect to keep the lat activated and not bring the upper back into the movement. And then we're trying to drive the elbow down into the hip pocket, which will hit that lower lat perfectly right in under the rib cage sort of area, which is quite a difficult area to hit. But I found that this movement executed this way hits that perfectly. So that's what we're doing here, 2 working sets, and then we're moving on to the next exercise. exercise number 3, we're going with another chest supported movement. So this time we've got a hammer strength row. So we're going for 2 working sets here. Going to build up the weight. Just do some low rep sets to build up, and then work up to a top set. And then we're going to keep the weight the same for the second working set and do a cluster set there. The idea of the cluster set is to take it beyond the point of failure. So first set we're just going to straight failure, and then the second set we're going to go and attempt to take it past the point of failure by taking it to failure twice. So once we hit failure, we rest, and then hit it again for a second set, rest again, hit it for a second set, fail, rest again, and then hit it for a third time. So we're just getting that little bit extra out of each set. Good method to throw into a workout to increase intensity without necessarily overloading the muscle too much more with more weight. So what I'm targeting on these hammer strength rows is the mid-back through the trap area. So this will end up being the highest intensity, highest output exercise of the whole workout, 2 higher rep working sets. And then from here we'll move into the main compound movement of today's session, which is the conventional deadlifts. Alright, that's the back portion of the workout complete. So as you saw, we did some pullovers, which I always start every pull day with some variation of pullover, then moved into a single arm pull down, and then from there went into the hammer strength row, did 2 working sets there. It was only meant to be 1 top set, but was feeling good, so added in a cluster set, and then from there moved into the conventional deadlift. So that's the first time I've done any deadlifts since I strained my neck nearly 3 weeks ago now. First time I've done conventional deadlifts on this channel. So yeah, a few weeks ago I was pulling 215 for set to 6 dead stop. Today we dropped back to 170. Got 10 with that. plenty more left in the tank, so we'll progress from here, keep moving up. For me now, moving into some shoulder work, so a little bit of rear delt and side delt work. So we've got face pulls and a cuff lateral raise, and then we'll finish off with a couple of bicep exercises, and that'll be it for the workout today. So let's get into this next movement. For exercise 5, we have a superset for shoulders now. So we've got kneeling face pulls, which is probably my favourite rear delt exercise. I like doing these kneeling so that you can get a little bit extra load without having to worry about the stability of balancing your body, counterbalance against the weights that you're actually capable of lifting. So while rear delts are a small muscle group and don't necessarily need a super heavy load to stimulate them, I think they're capable of a lot more than what people actually put their rear delts through. I'm also really focusing on getting a good contraction at the top of each rep here. So a good one to two count at the top of each rep, not rushing through the full range of motion, spending time at the top of each rep and then controlling it on the way down, getting the most out of every rep. And then the exercise I've chosen for side delt tonight is the Cuff Cable Lateral raise. These are probably my second favourite side delt exercise outside of the long arm lateral. By doing them single arm, I think you can focus your attention a bit better on the working muscle, and I think you can get better alignment to put maximal load through the delt, not have any other muscle groups, particularly the traps, taking most of the load. I've said in previous videos my major cues that I use for side delts, which is thinking about taking the weight out rather than up. So thinking about taking the load as wide as possible. That way you're taking the traps out of the movement. exercise 6, we've got our first bicep movement, which is a fat grip unilateral bicep curl on the cables. So we're doing it unilateral so that we can focus on each arm and get maximal contraction. And then we've got the fat grip as it recruits more of the bicep muscle and forces you to exert a greater muscle contraction, which therefore in theory should build more muscle. So that's what we're aiming for here. We've got 3 sets going up in weight. Set 1 we're going for a set of 20, and then very likely that as the weights increase, the reps will decrease. So 3 sets here, and then we move on to the final exercise, which will be another bicep movement. Exercise number 7, we're using the short bar by Prime Fitness with 2 individual rope handles, and we're working with a rope hammer curl here on the cables. So I like this setup because you can adjust the bar to perfectly suit your shoulder width to make it mimic more of a dumbbell hammer curl, but then you get the added benefit of a cable movement, so you get the constant tension. So again, we've got 3 working sets here, increasing the weight each set, still aiming for 20 reps per set, but if the reps drop off as the weight goes up, that's fine. Basically just aiming for peak contraction. Again, bring a little bit more forearm into the movement and rounding out that bicep development. So this is how we're finishing off the workout. So we'll finish off looking at the physique, symmetry posing and the mandatory posing. As a bodybuilder, it's important to do this semi-regularly through the off season. By posing in the off season, it allows you to keep that posing fitness up for once you do get back into a prep and get back on stage, and it's not such a shock to the body to be hitting those poses again. I like to pose at least once a week, get a bit of an update, make sure I'm staying on top of everything and not getting too far out of shape. So we'll wrap up the video here. Thanks for watching. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, and keep this channel growing. I'll see you guys in the next one.